Thanks for watching Fox 23 News at 9 and welcome back. I'm Zach Seminar. Looking to pick up their first CUSA win of the season. Didn't go quite as planned last night for the Southern Miss women's soccer team on the road in Boca Raton. The Owls were staked to a quick 2-0 lead before Ola Akiniyi got the Eags on the board in the 35th minute. But the Owls on the foot of Pernell Velta were too much for the Eagles to overcome. Velta finished with 2 goals for FAU. Southern Miss will look to end their 5-game winless streak a week from tonight when they return home to host Old Dominion. On Thursday night, a valiant upset bid for the Mississippi State women's soccer team fell just short on the road in Columbia. Bulldogs jumped out to a halftime lead and even led with under 10 minutes to go in the contest before the third-ranked Gamecocks forced overtime before winning the contest in that extra session. The overtime game for MSU was their 3rd straight and the first that ended in a loss. Brooke McKee and Peyton Gruenwald scored for the Gamecocks, who dropped to 1-2-2 in SEC play. Next up for the girls from Starkville is a trip back home to host Kentucky on Sunday afternoon. MSU All-American Nuno Borges opened the 2017 ITA All-American Championships main draw with a singles victory Thursday. Borges, the nation's second-ranked tennis player, notched a 6-3, 7-5 win over Georgia's Walker Duncan and was set to advance into second-round action. Bulldog Nicholas Braun and Trevor Fasci also got their doubles season together off to a strong start with a comeback win in doubles play after dropping their first set 1-6. The duo were slated to take on Vatek's Mitch Harper and Henrik Korsgaard in the round of 16. Sophomore Giovanni Oradini saw his hot streak come to an end, however, with a loss. He'll now enter the consolation bracket. And how about the 17th-ranked Jones County Bobcats last night, dismantling East Central 49-7 in the Cats' second-to-last home game of the year. Deshaun Smith scored 4 touchdowns in that game to move JCJC to 5-1 of the season, 3-0 in the MACJC South Division. They're next in action next Saturday at Pearl River. Today, Ole Miss Chancellor Jeff Vitter announced that the Ole Miss Rebels are going fins up for Landshark, saying that the Landshark will indeed be the new Rebels mascot starting sometime next year. The school said a student vote prompted that change and that the Rebel Black Bear would no longer be the school's mascot effective immediately. The Landshark mystique has become synonymous with Ole Miss athletics, with some of the school's great athletes like Marshall Henderson and Caitlin Lee celebrating with their hand put perpendicular in front of their face. This will be the second mascot change for Ole Miss in less than 15 years. The school retired Colonel Reb in 2003 because many felt it was an offensively given mascot's origin. And a pair of SEC offenses were on display at an onslaught we haven't seen all year long in a top 25 clash between Ole Miss and Tennessee. A combined 10 goals were scored, but the Volunteers netted 6 of them. The Rebels fell behind 3-0 just 22 minutes into action, but despite clawing their way to within 1 at 4-3, Ole Miss couldn't stick with Big Orange. 4 different Rebels scored for Ole Miss, including Channing Foster and C.C. Kaiser, who netted their team-high 11th goals of the season. The loss for Ole Miss was their 3rd of the year, all of which have came in conference play. The 10 total goals scored was the most in a game involving Ole Miss since they blasted Alabama A&M 11-0 back in 2001. The Rebs have a quick turnaround with a home date with LSU scheduled for Sunday at the Ole Miss Soccer Stadium in Oxford at 2 p.m. Also wanted to add Southern Miss volleyball with that big game against Western Kentucky tonight, but their game on Monday, because of the weather,
kind of in jeopardy.
Yeah, it's postponed. They moved it back to October 16th, so they'll play that game at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Probably
the 16th.
The safe thing to do, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Another mascot change.
Another one. Fins up.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah. Looking good.
Take your word for it.